You ever notice how strange it feels when someone says, "I'm not on social media"? Like, your brain pauses for a second, because in a world where everyone is constantly posting, scrolling, reacting, oversharing, choosing silence feels almost rebellious. And maybe you've wondered, what kind of person does that? Are they hiding something? Are they lonely? Or are they kind of free? Here's the thing. People who don't use social media aren't necessarily anti-technology or living under a rock. A lot of them understand it deeply. Maybe too deeply. They've seen how quickly attention turns into addiction, how connection slowly becomes performance, how sharing starts feeling less like expression and more like obligation. You know what's fascinating? Many of these people reached a quiet moment where they asked themselves a simple question. Who am I when nobody is watching? And the answer mattered enough to step back. Imagine waking up and not checking notifications, not because you're disciplined, but because nothing inside you is pulling for validation. Your thoughts stay yours for a little longer. Your mornings don't start with comparison. Your emotions don't immediately look for an audience. Psychologists often talk about something called self-concept clarity. It's basically how clearly you know who you are without external feedback. People who avoid social media often protect this clarity instinctively. They don't want their moods shaped by likes. They don't want their identity negotiated in comment sections. But, and this is crucial, it's not always confidence that pushes them away. Sometimes it's sensitivity. These are people who feel deeply, who absorb energy easily, and after a while, the constant noise becomes exhausting. Every post feels like a demand, every story like a subtle competition. So they choose quiet the way some people choose air. Let me tell you something that might hit hard. Not using social media doesn't mean they don't care. It often means they care too much about privacy, about depth, about keeping certain moments unmeasured. Some experiences lose their meaning the moment they're framed for an audience. Think about it like this. Social media is a massive stage. Bright lights, endless applause, and some people realize they don't want to live on stage. They want a backstage life, where laughter is messy, where conversations aren't recorded, where growth happens without witnesses. Research on attention and emotional regulation shows that constant digital exposure fragments focus and amplifies anxiety. People who step away often report a stronger sense of internal rhythm. Their days feel slower, more intentional, less reactive, not perfect, just grounded. But let's be honest, it's not always easy. There's social friction. People assume things. You miss memes, invitations, trends, and sometimes you wonder if you're disappearing. But then you notice something else. Your relationships deepen, fewer but real. Conversations stretch, silence becomes comfortable. Here's something no one says out loud. Choosing privacy in a culture built on oversharing is an emotional boundary. It's saying, I don't owe the world constant access to me, and that takes a quiet kind of strength. If this resonates with you, maybe you don't hate social media. Maybe you're just tired of being visible all the time, tired of curating, tired of explaining yourself through pixels. And here's the relief. You're not broken. You're not antisocial. You're responding intelligently to an environment that rewards noise over meaning. So if you're someone who chooses less, sharing less, posting, less performance, let yourself off the hook. Protect your inner world. It's allowed to be private. And if this made you feel understood, stick around. Subscribe, join the space, and let's keep having conversations that don't need an algorithm to matter.